you have to admit that this is one of the album covers of all time. We can say what we want to say. We can say what we want to say, but you got to admit that this is one of the album covers of all. I can't even tell what position he's kind of in there. He's doing like one of these or something. He's like one of these. I can't even tell. Welcome back, though, everyone. Hope that you're having a phenomenal day out there. A beautiful one. It's a sweet, gorgeous sunny afternoon over here. And today, we're going to dive into a full album reaction. Todd Rundgren. It's been not that long since we listened to him. We listened to him recently with Healing, doing a full album reaction. And now we're coming back with another one here. This time, the album Liars. 18th studio album released in 2004. We are giving this album a listen because this was suggested and sponsored by Courtney. Courtney, thank you so much for the over-the-top support. I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much for the request as well. As it's always a good time to listen to Mr. Rundgren. And like this album cover, I can't get my mind past it. I know you guys will see it when it comes up, but have you seen it? Like, besides that, it's an album cover. He's like the Easter Bunny. Just behind a couch. He's got an egg over here. There's some stuff happening there. There's some stuff happening. So hope that you guys are doing well and looking forward to diving into this one here. I just got back a few minutes ago with my wife and Liam out from it's a cafe, but they had an event where basically have a separate space and they have like kids from 0 to 12 months or something. Like they have like an activity center they put like, it was basically painting and different things like that. Like it was really cool. It was basically a giant play area that was kind of set up for the kids, and he had a really fantastic time. There's one thing I can tell you about him. He's extremely social in his own way. Here, I'll show you. I made this little quick slow down video of him. He's just there having the time of his life going through this little tunnel. He was doing great. Going up to every other kid. That's for sure. Anyways, so hope that you guys are in a good mood as well. Looking forward to hearing what this one sounds like, because the album cover is given crazy in some direction, but there's only one way to find out. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Sip on your coffee or whatever you're drinking. Are you drinking something? You got snacks nearby? Maybe some Twizzlers? A nice cup of tea? Ooh, maybe not at the same time, but hey, I'm not here to judge. Let's listen to the first track, Truth. Funny, album's titled Liars. First track is Truth. And as always, this is to you. I like the opening a lot.
Well,
Okay, I'm surprised. Brother, you don't have to tell me twice. If I was in a record store and I'm flipping through the stack and I see, I'm going through Todd Rundgren's discography and I see this album cover, I'm skipping it. And I will admit, at least with the first track, I would have missed out. Truth is a cool track, man. In this electronic direction, that at least on the first track, I don't know where we're going with the rest of it, but he is excelling. I love how with his singing, you still get the way that he's sung in every other instance that I've heard. This kind of cool, soulful way of singing, but there's something very Toddish about it. I can't explain it, but there's something unique about the way he does it, but he incorporates a good soul into the way he sings, and he keeps that in this track. But everything else is completely different. We have gone full, 2004. This is like 90s, not techno, but electronic and EDM and stuff. And it's fun. It's pulsy. Can I tell you? Recently, I've been listening to a lot of. I listen to a decent amount of drum and bass, but specifically, I've been listening to a lot of drum and bass from this playlist, which based off video games and stuff. Can I tell you? This is fitting. Obviously, that's different, but this is fitting excellently. I love the way that he made it all. I love the sound of it. It's fun. It's engaging. It's exciting. And it still stays true to him. He is a very progressive person musically in the way that he continues to move and incorporate things new into his fold. And this is, none the different. I'm very impressed by this track. And I'm looking on the album information for this particular album on Wikipedia, and he is handling everything. The only things that he's not handling is some slide guitar in the third track and a little bit of wind in the fourth. But everything else he is handling. He did this great. This was a cool track. This would just be cool to like hear in a club. And like, can you imagine? You go to in the 70s, right? 1970s. You go to a concert. It's Utopia. Whoa, Todd Rundgren, like, yeah, he's doing his thing. Man, prog rock, let's go. Doing your thing. Cool. Maybe some years later, I don't know, you see him on a tour during Healing. You're like, wow, this is completely different. Wow, really cool. And then for some reason you end up at a club in 2004 and you're like in an EDM club and like you hear this come on. You hear, let me pull it back up here. You hear that pop up and you're like, man, this is cool. Wait, that's still Todd Rundgren. Like, it's cool to see him in all these different eras and performing brilliantly and adapting these different styles into what he's doing. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find the truth because it ain't here. It's nowhere near. Gotta find it. Gotta find the truth. If I lose my mind, well, I don't care. The truth is plain contradiction. The truth is not in this situation. The truth, it's my only salvation. The truth is not here. I tried to find it looking in the works of man, and if it's there, well, it's sure not clear. I thought I saw it somewhere in the starry sky, and if it's up there, well, I'm stuck down here. It's actually a great verse. If it's down here, I didn't understand it if it is here. But if it's up there, well, I'm down here, so I can't do anything about that. I can't reach it. Truth is like chasing a phantom. Truth is so seemingly random. It's not easily handled. It's not here. Stranger than fiction. Gotta find the truth if I have to stand all day in the bright sunshine. I gotta find it. I'm gonna find the truth if I have to dance all night, leave my body behind. Because the truth is never gonna look for me. I will never get to see what I have not earned. And the truth is, if that day should ever come, that doesn't mean I was wrong to try and capture that bird. I like that. And the truth is, if that day should ever come. And then sweet bird of truth come to me. Isn't that... It's a song from the Sweet Bird of Truth. We covered that. Curious to see where this is going. Truth was leading into the next track, which is Sweets. So let's let it go ahead and do that. Very curious. Let's see where this goes. Soul still comes through. That's why I gotta sing and shout it, tell the world about it. The truth is sweet, yeah. Sing and shout it, tell the world about it. That's very 70s, those harmonies. I made a promise to myself not to let nobody else have any sway on the way I live my life. Great delivery. I can see the need to compromise, but now I've come to realize that living is more than just surviving. And I've been lying to myself. I gotta cover up what I feel, but now it's time I must admit, this is real. This is real. The truth is so sweet, just like honey from a bee. The truth is sweet. So many people in the world let it all pass them by. Listen, that is 70s. They won't admit they need to be rescued from their lonely, lonely, lonely lives. That's why we gotta sing and shout it, tell the world about it. The truth is sweet, yeah. Sing and shout it, tell the world about it. The truth is sweet. So EWF. When you've that falsetto. Okay, so this track, we've kept the synths, right, with those glassy keys and the synth sounds, the sound of the bass. We've taken the same sounds or the same devices, but we've gone back now. This goes back to the 70s. This is 70s R&B and soul, especially with those harmonies that he provides overdubbing himself. He sounds immaculate. Those loungy keys below everything, the bass line. Bum, 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 bum. I like how it hits like a game of Pong. You know, you got the two blocks, blink, blink, blink. The bass line's doing that. Bum, 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 bum. Like they're just playing with the in-between part, but they're going back and forth there. I really like that bass line. And that cool layer of synth just underneath it is just feels so good. And his singing is great. Definitely going back towards a 70s sound in this one, but with like more modern technology and a more modern touch there production-wise. And this is a really great track to follow up Truth, which was exciting and adventurous. This pulls things back a little bit. Take the handbrake, crank it back, and you slow down just a little bit. You kind of cool down a little bit. Whereas Truth was probably red. This is a cool kind of blue. Miles Davis. I love the way it starts off just with a percussion and immediately starting you off and pulling you in with that bass line and the cool keys there. And then just snaps you into it. And before he sings, I like the sound of the snare because there's a lot of, I guess, reverb or echo, whatever it is, on that snare. Go back a little bit more so you can hear it in isolation. You hear how much it expands? It goes out for a bit. I love that because it fills in the space in a way that when he comes in with the, lyrically, you don't quite hear that as much anymore. But it's still there. It's still happening, filling in those little pockets of space that are left in the track. And his delivery is sensational, especially when it kind of quickens his pace at certain points. It's the chorus, little ramble. That's a dance of a delivery and the way he does that. He is dancing with us vocally there. That is a fantastic track. This is we're 2 tracks in. Let's not speak too early. I've been living with a lie for so long now, baby. I gotta set my soul free. Can't take it no more. That's why I gotta sing and shout it, tell the world about it. It's catchy, man. The truth is sweet. Sing and shout it. I made a promise to myself not to let nobody else have any sway on the way I live my life. I didn't see the need to compromise, but now I've come to realize that living is more than just surviving. I've been lying to myself, got to cover up what I feel, but now it's time I must admit this is real. The truth is sweet. That bird of truth has visited him, just like honey from the bee. So many people in the world let it all pass them by. They won't admit they need rescued from their lonely lives. That's why we got to sing and shout it, baby. When you've been hurt so many times, it's enough to make you blind to anything that feels like true happiness. Nobody wants to be the foolish one, but after all is said and done, you constantly settle for less. That's a good line. You've been hurt so many times, it's enough to make you blind, so you don't even see anymore. Perhaps you don't want to see the truth, right? You're scared of what that could be and what it could mean for you. It's like a broken carousel, it just goes round and round. But now it's time you admit you've lost ground. Hear that sound? Tweet, tweet, tweet. The truth is sweet. Just like a baby's kiss, the truth is sweet. Go on and admit it. You know you want it to be true. Go on and admit it. You say you don't, but you know you do. Right? Afraid of the truth. You've been disguising what you feel. You might be living in a fantasy, but then that fantasy could turn out to be real, so real. And everybody in the world's going to wake up someday singing love is the answer. Love is the answer. What's left to say? And it just repeats from there. Listen, sometimes the truth, we know it'll set us free, but we're more comfortable in our bindings, so to speak. But sometimes you just need to face the truth and let it do what it needs to do. Let's see where the next track goes. Happy anniversary, rather. I'm going to let it lead in there real quick. I love his vocals by the back there. Let's see where this one goes.
Come to me, she said, my girl, I must teach you of the world. It is full of hungry men who will drag you to their den.
Like a wolf.
But their feelings they won't share, and of yours they do not care. And they think that they're so smart, but they're not. And that's just the way it's got to be. Happy anniversary. And that's just the way it's got to be. Happy anniversary.
This is really cool.
Come to me, my boy, he said. Better get this in your head. All the girls will use their sex to get a yoke around your neck. Then they'll try to make you change, and when they fail, hold you to blame. And they don't care what's real or true, like we do.
That drum leading, man.
Women are evil. Women are evil. And that's just the way it's got to be. Happy anniversary. Women are evil. Women are evil. And that's just the way it's got to be. Happy anniversary. Women are evil. Happy anniversary.
Oh, we're going back and forth here.
Women are evil. Happy anniversary. Women are evil. Happy anniversary. And that's just the way it's got to be. Happy anniversary.
It's like a nasty industrial almost sound. That's that slide guitar. That's heavy too. this album is going through some phases. This album's going through some different directions. Happy Anniversary has 3 different sounds to it, basically. The beginning, almost this minimalistic IDM-inspired kind of sound with the bass back there, the drums, very, very like forward. This almost reminds me of Low, we've been listening to recently. It has like a very minimalistic but pulsy kind of sound there. You know, once again, the soft keys kind of return in the back. Very ambient in its own way while still having that beat. Then it changes in the chorus into some bouncy, quirky, kind of upbeat, who knows what you want to call it. It gets silly. And then the break that happens, it gets heavy and almost has like this industrial-esque kind of sound here. And the slide guitar, you know, adds obviously like to me this country-esque kind of sound within that. So in just one song, we go through like a lot of different faces. This is various in its visages. And I think that that's really cool how it's all combined, because overall I think that it comes across really nicely. I prefer the minimalistic, you know, first part as compared to the chorus. The chorus I didn't like care for too much. I don't know. There's something with the sound of it that men are stupid, women are evil, happy anniversary. But it moves good. Like, it has a great rhythm to it, especially how the words and syllables and everything. But I don't know, the chorus, I think it swept away the verse and how much I liked that and went to a completely different direction. So I think that's why. It's not that the chorus itself is bad. It's just I prefer this cool sound compared to like where it went to in the chorus there. That's just me. I like that down tempo, downbeat kind of energy there. Although that break was really cool when the slide guitar came in. And like I said, that slide is going to be performed by Ken Emerson in this track. But this one is an interesting one. Like I said, this is probably the most progressive piece so far in just the way that it's moved. And I like how his singing is so, at least not in the chorus because it's very upbeat, but in the verse there, it's very, very subtle. Almost like, not quite whispery, but and then he goes from quiet close to the mic to happy anniversary. Like, but it's still catchy. Can't deny that. Come to me, she said, my girl. I must teach you of the world. It is full of hungry men who will drag you to their den. But their feelings they won't share, and of yours they do not care. And they think that they're so smart, but they're not. This is a parent teaching their daughter, and then the next verse, rather, a parent teaching their son. Men are stupid. Men are stupid. That's just the way it goes. It's got to be. Happy anniversary. Come to me, my boy, he said. Better get this in your head. All the girls will use their sex to get a yoke around your neck. Then they'll try to make you change, and when they fail, hold you to blame. And they don't care what's real or true like we do. See, so both sides have their own version of truth. And then he says, women are evil, women are evil. That's just the way it's got to be. Happy anniversary. And then the chorus, both of these truths collide. So where does the truth lie? Men are stupid, women are evil. Happy anniversary. You'd like to change it, but there ain't no way, because you're a slave to your DNA. So unfair, but it's the game we play. We're only slaves to our DNA. Here we go again. And it goes on from there. I really like that verse, though. The verse is there's the calm, low down tempo kind of beat. I like that. Let's move on to the next track here, which is Soul Brother. Hey, wasn't that a movie or something? That's something from somewhere. It's catchy though. And that drum lead in, God. We're getting kind of gospel-y.
something missing in the sound that's so used to satisfy.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, it may rock, it may roll, but tell me, whatever happened to the soul? It's just a murky, jerky groove. It motivates, but it don't move. And all the pimps and funky divers crank out their empty testify. Yeah, they mixed it all in a bowl, but then they forgot to add a pinch of soul. Tell me whatever happened to soul brother. Tell me whatever happened to soul brother. Tell me what did they do? Soul brother. Can I get a witness? Yeah. We're only here to entertain and just pretend to be in pain. And if you wanna see me get down, just watch me wave my hands.
He's really gone into so many different
It's a
directions.
distraction, I'm told. I use it to hide my total lack of soul. Tell me whatever happened to soul brother.
Thought we were gonna get an amen break there for a second.
Soul brother. Tell me whatever happened, soul brother. Can I get a witness?
He's hitting his James Brown peak era.
Make your mom and daddy proud as you drive home for the crowd. Hey, it may be tiring, no, but it's your only substitute for soul. Oh, no. Somebody tell me, somebody tell me, I gotta know whatever happened. Can I get a witness?
He hits it very convincingly. Little crossfade there of the drums. Okay, Soul Brother is distinctly and like looking very focused at James Brown. Like that is what I'm getting from this. And Todd brings in that era of soul, and he invokes Brown's spirit and brings it into him, and he goes off. That note that he does near the end there. Excuse me. That note that he does there near the end, there's still paint on my fingers. Still, I saw a flash of red. That's paint on my fingers. It's not blood. That's paint from earlier. That is convincing. That doesn't just sound like, oh, Todd is trying to sing soul music, or Todd is trying. No. He's doing it. He's not trying. He's doing it and succeeding. I like the gospel-esque aspects that are brought into here as well, not only from the organ, but the kind of call and response, the testimony, as he's talking to the audience, even though it's really just him, of course, in the studio, kind of going back to himself. But that works really well. The little drum breaks that happen are very of its time and very cool how they're played. And I was expecting the drumming to not be crossfaded into the next song. I actually thought from the little changes that was happening in the groove, especially with the snare that was happening, I thought that was going to kind of change and morph into the beat of the next song because it was changing the drumming a little bit subtly near the end. But it doesn't seem that was exactly the case. But he does this convincingly well. We are a few tracks in this album, and he's covered some genres. Like, he has not shown off, but he's showing up and doing all these very convincingly. And I feel like this is maybe like the album cover, many Easter eggs of perhaps different points in his career that he's kind of showing off here. And I'll tell you, I don't know, but this track even sounds like a cover. I'm actually curious. Let me look up Soul Brother. Let me see, because this sounds like it could be a cover of a song. I'm just saying that because it sounds very I don't see anything except from Pete Rock and CL Smooth, but I don't necessarily see an actual track of this name, at least on a quick surface look. But yeah, this was good. Let's look at the lyrics here. I didn't just pull into town. This happened right before my eyes. There's something missing in the sound that's so used to satisfy. Yeah, it may rock, yeah, it may roll, but tell me whatever happened to the soul. It's just a murky, jerky groove. It motivates, but it don't move. And all the pimps and funky divas crank out their empty testifying. Yeah, they mixed it all in a bowl, but then they forgot to add a pinch of soul. He's putting it out there. Whatever happened to soul? Brother, I like that. Tell me, what did you do with the soul, brother? Can I get a witness? We're only here to entertain and just pretend to be in the pain. And if you want to see me get down, just watch me wave my hands around. Yeah, it's just a distraction, I'm told. I used to hide it, or hide my total lack of soul. Doing all the flashy moves to hide the soul within. Then you get some cool flute that's in there. I can't find a little bit of soul because it's so hip to be a hoe. And all the brothers act like crooks. Yeah, all the kids in the suburbs write the radio hooks. And if you want to be a star, just grab your crotch and squeeze it hard. Make your mom and daddy proud as you dry hump for the crowd. Yeah, it may be tired and old, but it's your only substitute for soul. And he goes on from there. Can I tell you? Okay, the song is cool. I have no doubt about that. Can I tell you, and I'll be honest, can I tell you an annoyance, a pet peeve when it comes to music? I hate typically, not hate, that's strong. I dislike when anyone of any genre makes a song looking down or making fun of another genre or another artist or anything like that. I don't know why. It just bothers me. Like every genre, everything has its place. Like, and so, I've never liked songs that are like, oh, what's the radio? There's nothing good on the radio anymore. Or like, oh, music has lost this. No, there's plenty of good music out there. And I think that that's a little disingenuous. And I think that it looks down upon all the people who are still making so much great music. Like, I've never liked that message, I guess to say. There's music for everybody. Listen, if I'm going to a party, I don't want to listen to King Crimson. I want to listen to like something party. If I'm in my, like there's music for every single aspect of life, and that's a good thing. Want that variety. There's soulless music out there, sure. But guess what? Always has been. Always has been. From the first time a caveman took up a rock and a stick, started hitting it. Anyways, coming back. Still a good song. Let's listen to the next track here, which is Stood Up. Let me back it up here a little bit. Sounds very 90s. It sounds like a 90s alternative rock beginning. Still sounds like a 90s alternative rock beginning. I feel like we're gonna hear Nelly Furtado in here. Natalie Imbruglia.
When I found out we could have some brains,
Let's
we
get
were
it.
like dragging our knuckles along the ground. Ever since I've been convinced that every sacred thought is mine, and you were still dragging your knuckles along the ground. 'Cause I think I'm there too. I think I'm there too. And when they asked us who we lead,
This
I
is
thought
so
it should be
nice.
but I stood up too fast. I stood up too fast. Because as soon as I was lost, the next one in line took my head clean off. 'Cause I stood up too fast. I stood up too fast. I was barely in my teens when I decided I was tired. I've always liked dragging my knuckles along the ground. Dragging my knuckles along the ground. With all due haste, I paced until I got so freaking wired. Forgot I was dragging my knuckles along the ground. Dragging my knuckles along the ground. I thought I was there too. I thought I was there too. And when they asked for volunteers, I must have thought they said drink beers. And I stood up too fast. I stood up too fast. I can't imagine things I can't possibly exist.
Cool, great.
And then I am into ever-expanding this. And when I'm solved every significant test there is, then I'll move on no matter how many creams I've made.
Very cool. Change it.
It's so easy to be smart, but it's a struggle to be wise. You shouldn't be always throwing your weight around. Always throwing your weight around. It's much better to be humble than to have a big hat size, or you'll be just begging somebody to take you down. Begging somebody to
Get some truth in there.
you to wear me. And you'll need to wear me.
Some great moments in this track.
I had ignored my own advice, 'cause I stood up too fast. I stood up too fast. And nobody has the slightest choice but to put up with my droning voice. But I stood up too fast. 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 Stood up too fast. I stood up too fast. Stood up too
Okay, stood up from the beginning. I said it kind of has a 90s alternative rock, alternative pop kind of sound because I mentioned them, but you could hear like a Natalie Imbruglia or like Ellie Furtado or someone. You could hear them about to jump onto this track. And then even when the melody comes in, oh yeah. And Todd is once again moving into a completely different genre. He has shown off in this album so far. He has just, like, you know how Taylor Swift had her Eras tour? I feel like we're getting his Eras tour in Liars of this album so far, because he's just going through different decades and bringing it all together. So, for example, in Stood Up, the verse, the intro, the music is very, very 90s, very much of that style, like I said. But then the chorus is actually bringing me into like a mid to late 80s sound, and specifically the way that he sings in the chorus is reminding me of Sting or even of Phil Collins, and in that regard, the way that it leads into it, the way he holds the notes and brings in the backing vocals behind that, it's very Sting to me. That is very, very Sting to me, and nothing wrong with that. Because still, it's not derivative, of necessarily him. But I think that this is a really cool track, and this would be the one that I would say, so far, if we were to take one of these tracks and make it a single from the album, this would definitely be it, because it's incredibly catchy, nice repeated chorus, great melodies, and easy going for general audiences and general ears. I think it just hits all those notes rather quite nicely. I love the backwards phasing sound that comes here in the break, because that's when we get into something even more unique. We're hitting a certain time period, but then we open this up into experimentation. We kind of open this can of worms and let one slide out into the mud, and we play with it a little bit. And I think that this is cool in the way that Todd is obviously known for not only a lot of things, but experimenting with things. And this is that moment of experimentation within what I would say is a pretty mainstream pop song. It sounds very cool. The drums are very 80s and Phil Collins too. I love that pulse back there. It's actually very Genesis. That's cool. And obviously there's a little guitar in there, but I like how he harmonizes that, like the verse guitar, with a little key. It sounds like he's kind of playing both at the same time there, and it kind of makes a nice sparkly melody as they play together. When I found we could have some brains, I was the first in line, because we were dragging our knuckles along the ground. Ever since, I've been convinced that every sacred thought is mine, and you were still dragging your knuckles along the ground. Because I think I'm there, dude. I think I'm there, dude. And when they asked us who will lead, I thought it surely must be me, but I stood up too fast, because as soon as I was boss, the next one in line took my head clean off, because I stood up too fast. Sometimes the tallest... What was the phrase? The tallest blade of grass is the first cut. Sometimes it's best to keep your head low, keep your head down, and in the crowd, rather than make yourself a target. I was barely in my teens when I decided I was tired of always dragging my knuckles along the ground. So with all due haste, I based until I got so freaking wired, forgot I was dragging my knuckles along the ground. Thought I was there, dude. And when they asked for volunteers, I must have thought they said drink beers, and I stood up too fast. I imagine things that can't possibly exist, and then I add them to an ever-expanding list. And when I've solved every significant test there is, then I'll move on no matter how many clues I've missed. It's so easy to be smart, but it's a struggle to be wise. It's a great line, by the way. You shouldn't be always throwing your weight around. It's much better to be humble than to have a big hat size, or you'll just be begging somebody to take you down, and you'll be nowhere, man. Right before your very eyes, I've ignored my own advice because I stood up too fast. Could this be self-referential in a way? And nobody has the slightest choice but to put up with my droning voice because I stood up too fast. I love the lyrics on this one. I like that. The tallest blade of grass could be the first one cut. The next track, Mammon, isn't that a god or something, or like a warrior or something? Like, isn't that a person of sorts? No, it is not. Mammon is a biblical term for wealth, material greed, or the pursuit of worldly gain. Okay. Here we go. Am I thinking of Agamemnon? That is 90s Genesis, basically. Great.
It's been a long, long time since you faced the truth.
This is hitting that kind of 90s
You
Genesis.
haven't heard the voice of God since your ways to you. Made of your Father, holy faith in the dollar almighty and the tiding plate. And you'd like to rub my face in it. You're God, you're God. And you'd like to rub my face in it. You're God, you're God, your God is Mammon.
I like how he's singing in this deeper sound. Very interesting.
You at the pew in the house of the Lord. Not the heads at the sermon while they line the store. And the holiest book is a PPA. It's got God's cell number if you find time to pray. And you like to rub their face in it. You're God, you're God. And you like to rub their face in it. You're God, you're God. And you like to rub our face in it. You're God,
Nice breakdown of the chorus.
even though you have no faith in it. Your God is Mammon, your God is dead.
Great guitar back there.
Cause they don't understand how the company runs.
I like how he's ripping it.
It's the money that you care about. You pretend to be offended when they figure it out. Tell me what kind of heaven do you think awaits when your ass is too fat to pick the pearly gates? Let the eye of a needle and a limousine. Paradise is set aside for the less unseen. You wanted lust for the power that the lucre brings. And you have no enough for any living thing. Say your man wants to rub my face in it. You're God, you're God. And you want to rub my face in it. You're God, you're God. And you want to rub my face in it.
Nice breakdown of the chorus.
You're God, even though you have no faith in it. Your God is Mammon, your God is dead.
Okay. So Mammon brings in the heat. Definitely the heaviest track so far on the album, and kind of, if you'll allow me, kind of moving into somewhat of an industrial kind of sound here. Todd is singing in a deep, gritty, throaty kind of way that reminds me a little bit of Rammstein. Not that I've listened to a lot of them, but kind of hitting that similar stride. And he sounds good doing it. Like I said, he's doing all these different sounds, genres, eras convincingly and with heart. The piano that opens it up, I really like that as well, and how it kind of moves into that industrial feel, like how the heaviness begins already from the ambience before moving into the main drive of everything. The drums are great. I love how we get some like good guitar here from Todd as he kind of rocks out a little bit there. Like this is, can I tell you, looking at the album cover, let me pull up the album cover real quick. I got something to say. I got something. We're gonna do some digging here. Whoops. Todd Rundgren Liars. Let's pull up the album cover here. I need a good large album cover. That'll do. Okay. How many songs are on this album? 14? 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He has one in his hand. 13. Let's just pretend there's 14 and we're close enough. Let's say that this is an Easter egg. Okay? Let's do that. These are Easter eggs basically, right? You know what? When you're doing an Easter egg hunt and you're opening up all these Easter eggs, you don't know what you're going to get inside. I bet you the concept of this album cover is that with all these Easter eggs, with every track, you never know what you're going to get. You might get some M&Ms in this one. You might get a rock in that one. But you never know what's inside that Easter egg. Because with every song that we're going through, I have no idea what genre, what decade, what time period, what we're going to be listening to. Because it seems to be incredibly varied in every single direction. And this song, definitely moving into something very unique. Let me hit that solo really quick. This is that, man. That startup. This is an album, man. Oh, Holy Father, Divine Provider, grant me my prayer, all I desire. It's been a long, long time since you faced the truth. You haven't heard the voice. I've just noticed every single song, perhaps I'm noticing very late, has something to do with truth and such. You haven't heard the voice of God since your wasted youth. Faith of your father, holy faith in the dollar almighty and the tithing plate. And you'd like to rub my face in it. Your God, you'd like to rub my face in it. Your God is mammon, which we read was basically money. Pew after pew in the house of the Lord nod their heads at the sermon while they mind the store. And their holiest book is a PDA. It's got PDA. Personal, what's a PDA? Personal device assistant? I don't remember. It's got God's cell phone number if you find time to pray. Pray. And they'd like to rub your face in it. Repeats again. This is funny. And you rage and fume at the godless ones because they don't understand how the company runs. And they think it's the money that you care about. You pretend to be offended when they figure it out. Tell me what kind of heaven do you think awaits when your butt's too big to get through the pearly gates? It's like the eye of a needle in a limousine. Paradise is set aside for the less obscene. You only care for the power that the lucre brings. And you have no love for any living thing save mammon. Save some money. Just listen. Straightforward track about the greed that can infiltrate religion. Let's move on to the next track here, which is going to be Future. Will this be our mask off moment? Let's see where we're going. There's those keys, first of all. Could be moving back into like a drum and bass, like kind of sounds like it. It's literally like a song from my playlist that I pulled up earlier. It's that Future song. this is my kind of jam for sure.
I remember the world of tomorrow. I remember the world of tomorrow. I'm supposed to drive a flying car. I'm supposed to have a house on Mars. I'm supposed to live 200 years. I'm supposed to live in the future.
Guess that was a lie.
The future is now. The future is now. The future is now. I remember the world of tomorrow. I remember the world of tomorrow. Where's the office buildings 2 miles high and the ocean liners 12 blocks wide? Where's the super train that's solar powered? Average speed 600 miles an hour. I'm supposed to get my eyesight back. I'm supposed to gain all things I like. I'm supposed to live devoid of fears. I'm supposed to live in the future. Is now. The future is now. The future is now. The future is now.
What a cool sound.
Where's the better world that was declared at the 1964 World's Fair? Where's the only orb that's got a plan? That's an Epcot Center, Disneyland. We're supposed to all drive flying cars. We're supposed to all have homes on Mars. We're supposed to live 200 years. We're supposed to live in the future.
I love that. That's very Joe Jackson.
The future is now. The future is now. The future is now. The future is now. The future is
That's that drum and bass. I like how the next song was passed. I just noticed that. That's a cool track. I love how he moved from future to past. Okay, future is in that what's this? Like a liquid drum and bass, but there's also a genre that it's electronic and it has future in front of it. Future, maybe future pop, future something. This is I forget the name of the genre, but it's of that sound. This is that cool liquid, like when you think of like a city. I'm not trying to be punny, but like a utopia, and it's like those sleek buildings and it's futuristic and everything. Like that's what we're getting here. That clean, almost sterile kind of environment. And I love how the music just coolly lays down. Is this the longest track on the album? No, but it's one of them. Coming in at around 6 minutes, and it's a cool groove to just vibe with, just let it go. And kind of like that drum and bass playlist I pulled up earlier. Yeah, this fits very comfortably into that sound. I love how Todd sings in this, how cool and laid back he sounds. Like, obviously he's showing a lot of talent in many different areas throughout this album, but he can really kind of go between anything. Like if he wanted to make a fully electronic album in this genre, he really could. And it would sound great, apparently, from the evidence we have on these tracks. I love that piano come up on the chorus, the future. Bum, bum. It reminds me a little bit of Joe Jackson in there, the way that he would play piano. This is to me like, I mean, we're basically halfway, and I feel like this is a just groove and chill track. Don't think too deep, besides lyrically. Musically, just ride it out. And ride it out we shall. I remember the world of tomorrow. I'm supposed to drive a flying car. I'm supposed to have a house on Mars. I'm supposed to live 200 years. I'm supposed to live in the future is now. Where were all these things that were promised, basically? Obviously, World of Tomorrow, Disneyland. I remember the World of Tomorrow, probably visiting when he was a kid. Let's see. Where's the office buildings 2 miles high and the ocean liners 12 blocks wide? Where's the super train that's solar powered? Average speed 600 miles per hour. I'm supposed to get my eyesight back. I'm supposed to gain all those things I lack. I'm supposed to live devoid of fears. I'm supposed to live. I like that. Not just be alive, but I'm supposed to live. Where's the better world that was declared at the 1964 World's Fair? Where's the only orb that's got a plan? It's at Epcot City or Center Disneyland. We're supposed to drive all flying cars, live on Mars. The future is now. It ain't here. Perhaps in another sense, you were basically lied to. Now that I'm catching on thematically to what Todd's putting down. Let's move from the future to the past. I love those cool keys. That's always a favorite of mine. That snare in the back sounds... It's coming on a little different beat there. Between the 3 and the 4. Interesting.
I saw you on the street today. Couldn't catch your eye, or you'd have heard me say that you look just the same. You haven't changed, no.
Kind of back in that 70s kind of phase, huh?
Then I realized we are not even friends, and I was so surprised when the teardrops came. Yeah, living in love.
Man, he's
Living in love.
R&B this up.
I'm living in the best I know. But the best is gone.
Those Todd melodies, that
I
swing.
can't remember when it didn't cross my mind and pull me back again into my reverie. That's why I'm still living in love. I'm living
love those keys. I could genuinely listen to like that kind of sound all day.
I stare out the window as the world drifts by.
That's so 70s R&B.
Fires will blaze and I drift away.
Sir, wake up, sir. It's the end of the line. You'll have to get off the train.
And my days are gray. Seconds tick away. But if I close my eyes, it's only yesterday. And I see rainbows surrounding you and me. But that was in the I know it was. So living in my past, I know. But the past is gone. Why must I live in the past? Living in the
I love that.
I'm living in the past, I know. But the past is gone. Oh, just keep it going. I've been living in the past, baby.
Get up.
Oh, the past is gone. 'Cause I know the past is gone. Living in living in the past, baby. I can't get over the past now.
Oh, woo. Yep. All right, past is once again we're hitting that 70s R&B. We're going back in time for soul, but we're bringing it up to times and up to date with a little modern equipment and accoutrement. The keys that are laid down, I'm gonna love that sound. So here, love that. Once again, Todd sings extremely convincing. He sounds wonderful here. I like how his tone just soulfully rides on top of this glass like a wet penguin, just moving freely on top of the glacier. And then he brings in some of that deeper soul. He pulls it in from the bottom of his chest and pushes up right out of his lips, and it sounds really great, those rougher notes that he brings into this track. The chorus, the harmonizing past is wonderful. Like, it comes together really well, and I really like that middle section, which kind of changed the melody a little bit. We had some spoken word that came in as well.
Sir, wake up.
That changed that.
Sir. It's the end of the line.
That was. I actually wish that either went on longer or came on again at a certain point, because for 6 minutes this track pretty much stays in a very particular place, and while that's a good place, I will admit that it goes on a little bit long in my opinion. That middle part where at least that groove changes, ba 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 ba, that could have done some work and pulled some weights in changing it just enough that it gives it a diversity, but without changing so much what he's been putting down and changing the overall mood of this one. Because this is one that you just sit with. Kind of like the previous track, this is a track that you sit with and just kind of ride it out for a little bit. And the two actually, besides the title, nicely are kind of on both sides of the coin as well. But I wish that this
Get off the train.
this could have gone for a little bit.
And my days are gray.
And there's something he reminds me of.
Seconds tick away.
When it comes out of that, he reminded me of someone, but I'm losing.
Sir, wake up. Wake up, sir. It's the end of the line. You'll have to get off the
I'm trying to remember who he reminded me of.
And my days are gray. Seconds tick away.
I almost have it. Man, I can hear the song that I would argue he's almost referencing in this track. It's not gonna come to me. Like, I can hear the classic piece of soul R&B that he is directly referencing here. Can I play it one more time? Don't get annoyed at me just yet.
Have to get off the
I almost
train.
have.
And my days are gray. Seconds tick away.
I'm looking through my playlist of my personal favorite songs. I'm not seeing it in there. Man, it sounds like something. No, man. I'm sorry. I got fixated on that. Man, cool track though. I saw you on the street today. I could not catch your eye, or you'd have heard me say that you look just the same. You haven't changed. Then I realized that we are not even friends, and I was so surprised when the teardrops came. You thought something, living in the past. I know, but the past is gone. It's gone. It's over. She didn't even recognize you. Like you said, we're not even friends. I can't remember when you didn't cross my mind and pull me back again into my reverie. That's why I'm still living in the past. Time to move on. And I stare out the window as the world drifts by, and my eyes will glaze and I drift by or away. He says, sir, wake up, sir. It's the end of the line. You have to get off the train. You fell asleep on the train. Pass them in the train station. Classic. And my todays are gray. The seconds tick away. But if I close my eyes, it's only yesterday. And I see rainbows surrounding you and me. But that was in the past. You got to move on. If it's been that long, you got to move on. I really wish I could. I can hear the note in my head. I just can't. Let me listen to the next track. Wondering. Man. We're getting pulsy again. Impulsy. What drum machine is this?
Life is always strange. You just get used to it. Once in a while, something reminds you.
I like that beat a lot.
You forget about it. It's all over. Heard it at the coffee shop and on the radio. It's all over. Talking at the trolley stop and everywhere I go. Oh, it's all over. All of the suffering. It's all over. All of the other things. I know it's all over now. But for the wondering.
Some nice keys changes there. Some bangers in here, Todd.
If there's a thing we haven't tried, too tired to think about it. It's all over. I can't pick
sounds that Todd's integrating into this. Back for a second. Wondering is a dreamy piece of like light EDM with a really nice beat. Todd has a wonderful sense of where the beats are supposed to go, when to switch them up, how to move from, you know, something a little bit more, you know, what's the word? I don't know. But when to move from, I guess, the beat in the verse into that boom, 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 boom. When to move into that 4 on the floor, like when to hit that, because that's an exciting kind of rhythm when you use it right. Like, it's kind of exciting nonetheless. That's why it's used in so much music. But to change from something else and then go into that is more exciting. So I really like the way that he introduces it in this track, the dreaminess of the vocals, of the keys. This is another track, kind of like the past two, I would say, that is more focused on the atmosphere, more focused on just letting it groove, letting it ride out, and feeling it. And this track from the beginning, that deep bass, at which points during the track it goes a little deeper, is really nice as well. That guitar is very minimalistic there. All right, when that snare sound comes in, I'm like, because I don't like that snare sound. But when the beat comes in, gotta let it ride.
Life is always strange. You just get.
Then I can't hate on it that much. It fits. But I initially did not like that snare sound at all. But when it picks up, see when it hits that 4 on the floor, it makes sense when it's used. And then backing off for the verse. Like, it just does a great job going between the two. And I think that this one comes very nicely off of Pass. It kind of creates a perfect kind of cohesion. The album has been very cohesive for all the different styles we've kind of gone through so far. Life is always strange. You just get used to it. Once in a while, something reminds you, then you forget about it. It's all over. Heard it at the coffee shop and on the radio. It's all over there talking at the trolley stop. And everywhere I go. All the suffering, all the other things. I know it's all over now. But for the wondering, We could change our minds, but what's the use of it? If there's a thing we haven't tried, too tired to think about it. I can't pick up the telephone, somebody wants to know. The thing that can never be known, a place will never go. No more imagining. Is that a tragic thing? We know it's all over, but for the wondering. So this track, I don't exactly know what they're speaking of or what he's thinking here. No more imagining. Isn't that a tragic thing? Like perhaps saying like, it almost reads dystopian. Like perhaps this power has taken emotions, taken the ability to feel, and maybe society is better on one hand. But then he says, I know it's all over, but for the wondering, like the wondering of perhaps what was and what could be. So there's another aspect of lying and hiding the truth in here. Something like that is what I'm kind of getting at. Let's move on to the next track here, which is Flaw. There's those keys again. Okay, there's a little break.
You could be my everything. You'll almost have it all. You'd be perfect, but you got one fatal flaw. My baby, we could live so happily, the envy of them all. But that'll never happen, cause you got one fatal flaw. Oh yeah. And all my friends, they look at me, say that's a 10, and I agree that you are a man.
Smooth bass line.
I know I should accept it all and overlook the little faults, but this one's a real deal breaker. Cause you could be my everything. You almost have it all. You'd be perfect, but you got one fatal flaw. My baby, we could live so happily, the envy of them all. But that'll never happen, cause you got one fatal flaw. Oh yeah. And all my friends, they look at us, say he will bend when he could just live happily ever after. It's not that I'm afraid of it, but every time you force a fit, there's crying instead of laughter.
That's a steady groove. I like that.
So why you gotta be such a lying ass motherfucker? So why you gotta be such a lying ass motherfucker? And you sure had me fooled, so fooled. You really sent me back to school, back to school. And you made me feel like a royal tool. Still I can't help having a soft spot for you, my baby. We put it down on paper and we're careful how we draw. It looks perfect, but it's got one fatal flaw. And you may overlook the obvious, pretend you know it all. You refuse to see it, still it's got one fatal flaw. My baby, you could be my everything. You almost have it all. You'd be perfect, but you got one fatal flaw. My baby, we could live so happily, the envy of them all. But that'll never happen, cause you got one fatal flaw. My baby, you could be my everything. You almost have it all. You'd be perfect, but you got one fatal flaw. My baby, we could live so happily, the envy of them all. But that'll never happen, cause you got one fatal flaw. So why you gotta be motherfucker. So why you gotta be such a lioness, lioness, lioness?
So like 90s hip hop.
So why you gotta be such a lioness, motherfucker? So why you gotta be
Playing Animal Crossing. Okay, Flaw is hitting now. We've gone into a completely another side, but nicely the synths and the keys come off with Rundgren. But we move into like a 90s G-Funk era-esque kind of track here with some of the melodies on the synths. There's very Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube there in the back. And, you know, he doesn't rap in this track, but it was almost as if a rapper could be on top of it, and he's kind of providing the backing, you know, vocals and such. And I think it plays in a kind of cool way on the track. I think he's he's kind of taking the heart of all these different genres and sounds, and he's kind of distilling them and then inserting himself into the formula to create, you know, Rundgren's particular interpretation of each genre. And I think that this track, at first, when it was first beginning, while it was cool, I was like, honestly, I'm like, okay, we've heard this before. Like, it's nothing different. It's cool, but we've been here. You know, I'm like, okay, fine. Once the other synths begin to come in, and once things kind of broke down a little bit, I kind of felt a little bit more halfway. Then I kind of got it. It kind of flowed it with me a little bit more. I think that kind of like some of the other tracks, it still goes on just a little bit too long. After a certain point, I'm like, okay, I get it. Let's move on to the next thing. But nothing to take away from this track in this particular instance, because I think that it flows really smoothly. I think it's fun. And I think it shows very much his identity and you know, like I said, his interpretation of these different sounds and eras. You could be my everything, you almost have it all. You'd be perfect, but you've got one fatal flaw. My baby, we could live so happily, the envy of them all, but that'll never happen because you've got one fatal flaw. And all my friends, they look at me, they say, that's a 10, and I agree. Obligatory.
That top note, that cream.
Have to press my
Pure
10
vanilla.
button if you're going to say it.
Sweeteners.
Wait for it.
That's a 10.
And I agree that you are a mad love maker. I know I should accept it all and overlook the faults, but this one's a real deal breaker. Because you could be in my everything, you almost have it all. You'd be perfect, but you have one fatal flaw. We could live so happily, the envy of them all, but that'll never happen because you got one fatal flaw. And all my friends, they look at us, say he won't bend when he could just live happily ever after. It's not that I'm afraid of it, but every time you force a fit, there's crying instead of laughter. So why do you got to be a lion butt so-and-so? And you sure had me fooled, so fooled, you really sent me back to school. You made me feel like a royal tool. Still, I can't help having a soft spot for you. If we put it down on paper, we're careful how we draw. It looks perfect, but it's got one fatal flaw. You may overlook the obvious, pretend you know it all. You refuse to see it. Still, it's got one fatal flaw. And it goes on from there. That one thing, it's a deal breaker. Let's move on to the next track here. Afterlife. This is Avenged Sevenfold Afterlife. Bam, bam, bam. Sounds like Animal Crossing to me. Just from this initial beat.
You say I don't think enough about the afterlife, of what's below and above. It's all in black and
Playing on that
white.
Sting
Say
voice
there's
again.
only one kind of love. You have to choose just right. You say there's only one kind of love in the afterlife. Kiss it all goodbye.
That auto tune in there.
You don't get another try. But I can't see, I don't know how, but I won't be what I am now. No. I am, and I won't have some other heart that could find peace though we're apart. No. It's not enough anymore to be good in this life.
That's so
Say
Sting.
you got to be sure so you can sleep at night. The only love that endures gives up without a fight. The only love that endures in the afterlife. Kiss it all goodbye. In the afterlife. It was just a clever lie. If I could never see your face, I would have to fall from grace. I know.
I like that.
Eternity be blind to your presence in my mind. No. And they could always be a seat at the right side of the throne, but all will still be incomplete within the holy host alone, without the guiding light so sweet that has forever led me on. For me, there's no eternal rest. You and I have unfinished business.
That was his get it all out moment.
Yes. Like a stone, 1 foot clear, then you will instantly appear. I know.
What a beautiful piece. Look at this one. I think that Afterlife is amongst the tracks that are soulful and, you know, using these very specific keys in the genre. I think that this is actually the best one out of them. And I think that it all comes down to Todd's performance in here, along with those hits, which are so perfectly placed in the music. And the way that he kind of gives it is all. He kind of puts his heart out there, wears it on his chest, and goes out and wears it on his sleeve. And then the middle section, which is just so passionate. The music builds from dreamy and ethereal into kind of something more solid and real, and then it just kind of launches it off from there. And it creates this really nice, almost firework explosive with colors and vibrancy kind of effect in the music at that midsection, which I think is kind of the key to this one. You get some auto-tune in there as well. At first, it begins very Sting-like. He's once again at his Sting phase. But as it builds up, this is the start of that strong keys. And he brings it. That makes it. And then the rest of it is just outro. And also the fact that this track is only 3 minutes and 54 seconds. So it doesn't overstay its welcome in trying to, you know, make it more powerful than it needs to be, or extend that any longer, or go along with a bigger outro. Come in, do a great job, hit it right, and move on. And I think that this track does a great job of doing that. You know, it makes it more powerful because of the its conciseness, I guess you would say, in this one. They say I don't think enough about the afterlife, of what's below and above. It's all in black and white. They say there's only one kind of love. You have to choose just right. They say there's only one kind of love. In the afterlife, kiss it all goodbye. In the afterlife, you don't get another try. But I can't see, I don't know how, that I won't be what I am now, even in my afterlife, and I won't have some other heart that could find peace, though we're apart. It's not enough anymore to be good in this life. They say you got to be so sure you can sleep at night. The only love that endures gives up without a fight. The only love that endures. In the afterlife, kiss it all goodbye. In the afterlife, it was just a clever lie. If I could never see your face, then I would have to fall from grace, I know, even in my afterlife or for eternity, or be blind to your presence in my mind, no, even in my afterlife. And they could promise me a seat at the right side of the throne, but all would be incomplete within the holy host alone. Without the guiding light so sweet that has forever led me on, for me there's no eternal rest. You and I have unfinished business. I like that. And it just repeats from there into the outro. I like that. It's, if I have to choose, basically, in this religious term, like, for lack of a better word, be in hell with you, my love, or be in heaven alone. Put on some sunscreen. And I like that. I like how like it's written here. And once again, the passionate way that which she delivers in this track. It makes it more convincing, Living. Got some good living here. Oh. You put the clashing like that. Back to that drum and bass, I see. Nothing wrong with that. Great bass line there. I like the guitar that's being incorporated here a little bit more. I love when that bass comes. If you were to take a fan of Todd Rundgren from the 70s, bring them back to modern day, which I guess isn't that far-fetched, and then introduce them to one of, his more modern songs, this is actually the one I would say to introduce to them. Because I think that this one is the most like his, at least that I've heard, his kind of 70s output that I've listened to. And it's just rocking. The drumming is really fun to listen to, just engaging from back to front. Very, very much a continuous chaotic rhythm there. I love all the snares being thrown in and the groove on that. And I love when the bass comes in, getting a little deeper among it. This has his impassioned delivery as well, in that he is kind of constantly throwing it out there. This is like an onslaught. This one doesn't really stop, take any breaks for the most part. It really just kind of keeps going. And I think that it captures like this kind of climactic point in the album at this here point. Sorry, I didn't mean to bless you. But like from beginning to end, it just goes. But we still get those soulful keys in the back that we've had ad nauseum before. But now they're a little bit more buried in the mix, and now we get some more guitar coming out in front. So I think that this one is the most like his 70s output in the regards that I've listened to. And I think that this one will really satisfy like that particular sect of people that's really like that era. Because there's an era for everybody. there's definitely something for everyone on this album. Faithful friend, at journey's end, the shore that I land on is you. The rock that I stand on is you. That's a nice line. Fortunes fade and beds unmade. You're like a mountain to me, forever changeless to me. Everything changes. So look at me straight into the eye, swear to God, and tell me I'm not living a lie. But if I'm wrong and you know why, tell me now. Don't let me go on living a lie. Even if it hurts, tell me the truth. I got something in my teeth? Tell me. It's better you tell me and I take it out and do what I need to do rather than to embarrass myself later on. Fate is cruel, you've made a fool, and when I've fallen from your grace, I will find comfort in your face. So look me straight into the eye, swear to God, and tell me I'm not living a lie. But if I'm wrong and you know why, tell me now. Don't let me go on living a lie. I can hear the howling sounds, or hounds rather, not far behind, and I keep the destination clear in mind. And the certain sanctuary I will find when I get back to your arms. Trusting hearts are torn apart, jealousy follows in their wake. Under the pressure they break, everything changes. Nothing is permanent. And everyone wants to divide us, fan the flames, and tell us we're living a lie, but they don't care if we survive, and I refuse to say that we're living a lie. They want to divide us, but they don't really care about our well-being. They just don't like us together for whatever reason. So look me straight into the eye, swear to God, and tell me I'm not living a lie. But if I'm wrong and you know why, tell me now. Don't let me go on living a lie. don't let them break our hearts. Let's move on to the next track here. Now we're at the longest track on the album, God Said. Gotta go back for those transitions a little more. It's like water dripping. So pitch downward.
Nearly everyone I know claims to have heard your voice. And every time they do, I know I should rejoice. Because one day I'm sure you'll break your silence and speak just to me. But I feel like time's running out. God said, I don't dwell upon you, I dwell on something else.
Very dreamy.
And I am not really here, so get over yourself. I've tried to follow every rule they said you had. Testimony all around, but still the others seem to have your ear, but never will I. Have I displeased you somehow? Can't help feeling left out. God says, there's no anchor in me. You must meet someone else. 'Cause it's not me that you see. You're looking at yourself. And I won't give you a prize instead of someone else. 'Cause I don't play favorites, so get over yourself.
Very easygoing track.
Just get over yourself. Just get over yourself. Just get over yourself.
This is also kind of hitting that 90s kind of alternative sound. It reminds me of
Just get over yourself. Just get over yourself. Just get over. Is it my fear? Is it my pride? Is it my vanity? Should your name You are not serving me, you're serving something else. 'Cause I don't need to be pleased, just get over yourself. You can't suck up to me, I know you all too well. But I don't dwell upon you, so get over yourself. 'Cause you're not praying to me, you're praying to yourself. And you're not worshiping me, you're worshiping yourself. And you will kill
Get that drum fill in there.
my name, and heaven knows what else. When you can't prove I exist, so get over yourself. Just get over Just get over Just
And it goes into a down note there. Okay, God Said is like pure atmosphere. It's pure, and it really does sound, once again, kind of hitting a 90s kind of sound here. But it is very, very just atmospheric. Once again, those keys are very glassy. His singing is very soft for the most part. Like, it's just a very atmospheric track. For the longest track on the album, musically, it's very samey throughout. And I wish that there was more to just like change it up a little bit. Because we've had tracks, obviously, that like the 6-minute ones feature in past, and a few others that are like cool just to sit in that groove. And I like that for a time, but unless I'm obsessed with the groove, I don't want to sit there for 7 minutes with it. And this one, I feel, goes a little bit long, in my opinion. For as pleasant as it sounds, if it was maybe 3 minutes, we get the point a little quicker and we move on. Because I don't find much in this track that hasn't been done better in previous tracks, in my opinion. Like the beginning, ambient. Kind of wish it stuck in a little bit more ambience. Because by the time we get to this, I'm like, it's nice. I can't say that it isn't pleasant, but it's just we've traveled this road, and I feel like we're traveling back and forth on the same road, basically. It's fine. Bassline's nice in there. I did enjoy that. But otherwise, it's just kind of it's fine. It's fine. That's all I can say about that one. Nearly everyone I know claims to have heard your voice, but every time they do, I know I should rejoice, because one day I'm sure you'll break your silence and speak just to me, but I feel like time's running out. My heart is filling with doubt, and God said, I don't dwell upon you, I dwell upon something else. I'm not really here, so get over yourself. I've tried to follow every rule they said you handed down and spread the sacred testimony all around, but still the others seem to have your ear, but never will I. Have I displeased you somehow? Can't help feeling left out. And God said, it goes on from there. Obviously, this is just his displeasure with religion and, belief or lack of in God and such. And it's pretty straightforward. There's no anger in me. You must mean someone else, because it's not me that you see. You're looking at yourself. and I won't give you a prize instead of someone else. Because I don't play favorites, so get over yourself. Is it my fear? Is it my pride? Is it my vanity? Should your name just be denied to save my sanity? What is the price I need to pay to have what others seem to grasp so easily? Pity your servant, your slave, who will kiss your feet to be saved. Save me. He's saying, I'll do anything. Anything you need, I got you. God said, you're not serving me, you're serving something else, because I don't need to be pleased. Just get over yourself. You can't suck up to me. I know you all too well, but I don't dwell upon you, so get over yourself. You're not praying to me, you're praying to someone else. You're not worshiping, you're worshiping yourself. And you will kill in my name, and heaven knows what else. When you can't prove I exist, so get over yourself. Saying that, nope, I want nothing to do with you, basically. Just get over yourself. Just get over yourself there. I like I don't dwell upon you, so get over yourself. Like, you're not that important, you lowly human. I actually think that's kind of funny. Let's move on to the final track here. The title track of the album, Liar. Forgot to back it up. I like how we brought in this sound, this instrumentation. I love when we bring in that instrumentation. Oh. Oh, we saved kind of the best for last. So cool how heavy this is. That's a heavy. That's like it's hard story. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Todd Rundgren, Liars. And I think we saved the best for last. I think that that's the best track on the album. It is heavy. It is, as the kids say, banging. The instrumentation is wonderful. I love the way he manipulates the sound in here. I love the way he yells. It's really cool when he goes into this particular direction, which he's done before, but now he fully leans into it, and I think he sounds great. The liar, when he sings it, it's like a whip. He liar, liar, liar. Like he whips it around in there. Kind of sound like an early 2000s. Obviously, it's the early 2000s, but sound like early 2000s kind of, rock and new metal-esque. And like I could hear Korn during a rendition of this. Yeah. Oh, that's Disturbed. I was liar. But I think that this sounds really cool. I love, like I said, that Middle Eastern instrumentation that's used in the beginning, and then it brings in that fury. There's a band that I've only listened to like one song from them, admittedly, but they're a metal band. I don't know from where, but they're very much like the same. I'm looking through my liked songs really quick to see if I could find them. I only have one song from them on my list, so it's not like I'm overly familiar with the band. Marath, that I think is really cool. I'm gonna play a song from them later. I love that. And then, it's a cool song. But anyways, I like how he uses those inflections into his singing as well. So just really cool how he kind of brings that all together in this track. I think that was really well done. And like I said, the heaviness of that. Oh, the heaviness in it feels really good. I think he truly saved the best from last. Or for last, I should say, on this track. Look at that, really cool. Duty calls the faithful few, the infidel must pay his due. For your family we will provide, you will fill them with empty pride. And for you many virgins wait, say your prayers, accept your fate. A liar, with every lying breath you send them to their death. Liar. Say talking about terrorists and suicide bombers and promises of paradise and such. But lies behind it all. We need not the authority of some god or morality, nor the aid of some skeptic land, who push truth before our demands. And to those who defy our law, we will bring them our shock and awe. Isn't that what Butcher said to Homelander? Liar, liar, you send them to your death with your every lying breath. And it just repeats from there in some angst through and through. And the guitar, I love how in this album, it's very electronic based, but I love when Rundgren reaches down and pulls out his guitar and just rips something up. It's refreshing in this album. Listen, looking at the album, pull your bass back here. Let's see. After a long period of experimentation with multimedia technology and late 20th century genres, Rundgren seemed to once again embrace the eclectic pop sensibilities that made him famous. As a result, the album received rave reviews, because it's electronic, and a welcome return to form. Lyrically, every song deals in some way with the issue of truth, focusing more on half-truths than outright lies. From the liner notes, all these songs are about a paucity of truth. At first, they may seem to be about other things, but that is just a reflection of how much dishonesty we have accepted in our daily lives. We are raised from birth to believe things that cannot be proven or that are plainly not true. People often brag of their honesty when there's so much they have simply chosen to ignore or leave unexamined. The fact is, we are terrified of the truth. I say that the best track on this album is Liar. That's what I say. I say that's my favorite track on this album. I think that overall, this is the word is right there, as he said. This is a very eclectic mix of different genres and different sounds. And I think that, the use of continuous musical themes to go between each of the tracks is really well in making this a complete project and a complete listen. I don't think it all works well. I do think that some of it goes on a little bit too long within certain tracks and kind of it doesn't have as much to say. Like, a track can be as long as it wants to be. 1 minute, 20 minutes. I don't care about the length. I care about what it's doing with that length. So, a 6-minute track can drag if I'm not interested in what's happening for some of it. So, while I did find a little bit of that going on in this album, I think the the Easter egg hunt of musical ideas and themes that's explored here from Rundgren are done really, really well. And it was really fun going through this album, never knowing where we're going to end up next. From some jungle drum and bass to some soul brother James Brown era R&B to 90s to some G-funk almost era kind of rap. Like, it was really cool going through all these different genres and hearing all these completely different sounds from Rundgren. It really shows the musical adaptability that he has into any format and any place you put him. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I appreciate you being here, spending a little time with me. Courtney, thank you so much for the introduction. Thank you so much for the request and support. I really appreciate that. And I'm looking at the album cover again. If you were to tell me what I heard in this album compared to the album cover, I would have looked at you like this. Now, after hearing it, I'll look at you like this. Have a fantastic rest of your day, guys, and I will see you next time. Thank you again.